Welcome back to Arcane Thoughts and Wisdom with Magi Micah. The School of Thought is in session, Divines. Peace be. Grand Rising, Cosmic Family. We thank the ancestors for our presence in this moment. Ashe. In the last video, we talked about the number of laws that occur naturally. Today's video will teach us our numbers in the ways they were intended to be taught, meaning esoterically and from a moral cult perspective. Numbers are interpreted in our current society as placeholders or units of measurement, but they are intended to be a reflection of nature. That is to say, there is more to numbers than exclusively logical thought, which is in fact unbalanced, therefore unnatural. This is because nothing can be done one way only. There is balance in our world, the natural world, ruling out exclusively logical thought and functionality, meaning there are ways to think which are abstract as well as logical simultaneously, together describing our realm as intended. The first way numbers are interpreted is as colors, which are our universal expressions for the many energies that exist. One of the second ways numbers are interpreted naturally are as densities. These are your spiritual levels of understanding. One of the third ways numbers are interpreted is as vibrations, or your frequency. This is also sometimes referred to as your aura or temperament. There are only 9 numbers in our natural world. The rest are combinations as opposed to conventional teachings. The progenitor to numbers is the O, or the 0, the symbol of the Omega, or that which has always been, the cosmic womb, or the eternal mother, source, or nature. And then we count 1 through 9, which are used to render or portray nature or the universe, as you would with a picture. And so naturally, many of us refer to this as the matrix. This is because numbers can be used to describe or generate our environment, at least currently, and give a duplicate or rendering of that which is the truth or nature. By not truly defining what we interact with truthfully or naturally, but rather more mathematically, for example. With numbers and cognitive dissonance, we can distract our thought process by giving ourselves enough stimuli from external and internal conflict through believing there are only 2 sides to a perspective, when in reality, we live in the 3rd dimension where there are 3, what you perceive, what I perceive, and what is actually occurring, or the bigger picture. This is the cause of the ego, or the focus on self, hence our division, separation, and pervasive media addictions, making us feel what we are experiencing is real. But money, media, and the internet, as well as the electronics we use, aren't real, but rather perversions of our own inherent human nature, such as needing both information, entertainment, and interaction. Money is attention in physical form, which is why we say we're paying attention, and we use said currency to enjoy these deviations from nature. I will segue briefly into the senses to give you a more thorough understanding of the partiality of numbers in our world before continuing. Currently, our senses or abilities provide everything we perceive as illusory or theoretical, meaning before and up to our dimension or reasoning, we are capable of understanding. But this is subject to change. Moreover, everything beyond what we understand is non-existent due to our lack of sufficient senses or abilities, as they are currently called, to perceive or maintain awareness of the unexplained or undefined properties of the phenomenon occurring is abstract to the logical mind, but it does not mean it isn't true or veritable. The reason I refer to them as abilities is because senses are the quality or state of being able to do something, especially mental or physical, and that is the current definition of ability. These senses or abilities control and provide an illusory or theoretical environment for the entity or being involved, i.e., your perspective. The more senses or abilities, the more observable the environment. Currently, we are at 6 or more senses, or 5 if you aren't in tune with your nature. These numbers are considered to be all 5 senses, or logical limitations, based on present reasoning: smells, taste, hearing, vision, and touch. But these are all just physical expressions only. But we aren't exclusively physical beings. The 6th ability is understanding, the connection to both self and others, or awareness, a non-physical expression. I will explain. You may have vicariously experienced the knowing or understanding of something that was going to happen before it happened, often electronically, either radio or music related, but sometimes family or friend or phone call related, or even dream related. This knowing or awareness through foresight or intuitive thought are all real instances and not coincidences just because they aren't currently legally defined. Remember, all facts were opinions once, and no truths are absolute truths before they were agreed on or proven. Most all people experience these events of knowing what will happen several times throughout their lives. Now, back to the numbers and their quintessential purpose. As stated previously, O, or 0, is the mother or the omega, the before and the end. Example: mother being the ether or the void, and daughter being earth or life. This represents the most ideal perfect union, or God in its natural state. The qualities that describe her are omnipotence, love, abstract chaos, blackness or all colors, ether, the collective, expression, left, and Eve, meaning before creation, or even to describe her influence or demeanor from our own ignorant perspective. Her vibration is Hum. Her density is soul, or the pre-primordial life quintessence, or infinity. Although she is an all-powerful, the cosmic law of balance states she must have a masculine half. We will get to that by the end. Let's begin with 1 for now. 1 is the male. Its properties are the color red, the density of awareness, or the spirit mind, and its vibration is Lam, or power. It represents ego, the son, the father. We should reference monotheism here. It is the symbol of the phallus, or the divine father, the beginning or light and presence, the instance in between the beginning and the end, more accurately, thought, electricity, and the spark of life. 2 is female. Its properties are the color orange, the density of duality, or heaven and earth, and the vibration is Vam. Justice represents the physical duality present in all things, polar ends, gender, intuition, feelings, and music. 3 is male. Its properties are the color yellow. The density is the experience or free will. Ra is the vibration. 3 represents the divine child or the Trinity or actuality, being the mental, spiritual, and physical presence or the divine triangle, stability and completion. 4 is female. Its properties are the color green. The density is harmony or love, and the vibration is yang. It represents from life to death, and from death to rebirth, and the elements, or earth, in our natural state, and balance and harmony. 5 is male. Its properties are the color blue. The density is that of the subconscious or ether, and its vibration is whole. It represents the spiritual power of will, or the non-physical collective, and the oneness and change. 6 is female. Its properties are the color indigo. The density is insight, perception, and purpose, and the vibration is shown. It represents the soul and purpose of the collective. 7 is male. Its properties are the color purple. The density is divine consciousness, or nirvana. It represents purification, birth to death, and then the potential fulfilled, wisdom and evolution. 8 is female. Its properties are the colors white and black. Its density is infinity, and the absence of karma. Its vibration is ah, and it represents information, form, time, spirit, soul, and eternity, all united, or Omega's influence. And lastly, as stated previously, being the all-powerful, the Cosmic Mother brought her equal into fruition to maintain balance. 9 is male. Its properties are the colors of transparency, or white visible light, or the spectrum. Its density is omniscience, or empirical wisdom, logical thought, and all perspectives. Its vibration is Hum, just like the Omega, and it represents the mathematical expression of nature, or the synthetic copy, such as science, time, logic, order, life, analysis, presence, or the instance between the beginning and the end, or perspective and thought, the sentience and the ego, or omniscience. Thank you, Cosmic Family, Cosmic Love and Wisdom, always one.